Hey guys, welcome to a short tutorial on how to use the extract function of SNOWLINE. So an extract is what you would use when the existing reports that are out there don't give you exactly what you need. The extract is definitely, it's not for everybody. It needs a little bit of knowledge about how the data is put together, and really it works best when you're exporting really what you want into Excel. So right now, the only thing you can export as I record this is member related information, and that deals with basically largely what's on the profile when you're registering. So you need to know a little bit about how the data is stored inside of SNOWLINE before we progress. So at the top level, there's a member table, and there's one per person in the system, period. And so that has the information that really doesn't change about a person, like their height, their weight, their I suppose their weight might change, uh, their name, that sort of thing. No matter what club they're a member of, that information stays the same. So now a member can be in SNOWLINE more than once. They might be a member in SilverStar, and they might be a member in somewhere else. And so information that is related specifically to their membership at a unique club is stored at the club level. So there's one member record, and there can be more than one club records. And then within a club, a student can be a member in more than one program. So they might be in your weekly program as well as your drop-in program or your schools program or something like that. So information that is unique to a program is stored at the program level. That's unique to a club is stored here. It's unique to a member is stored here. So this is important to know, because if you're pulling information about Anne in your club and she's in two programs, she's going to show up in your extract twice because there's information for the program for each program. So enough about that. Let's flip over to SNOWLINE and see what it looks like. Starting from the main menu, I'm already logged in. You would go to Tools, Reports, and then in the Reports menu, Extracts, and right now there's one, and it's Members. There's three different parts to the first screen that you see. The first is Templates, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then here's our three tables: our member table, our club-specific table, and our program table. And then there's one more for custom questions. So let's say I wanted to pull all of my students. So I would go to member type, and I would say, so this is ordered alphabetically, so A across there and then downward. So member type is here, there's member type. And the first checkbox for member type says, I want this included in my report. And the right-hand checkbox says, I want to use it as a filter. So I want to put in a particular member type. And what I'm interested in is their street address, their city, and their province, and their postal code under the P, postal code. So if I just run this now, the action buttons are at the bottom. So because I've changed my filter by saying I want a member type, I press reset filter. And so now this lower portion of the screen is open, and I now can put in my filter. So I want my member type to be student, and because I only have one club, I can't change my club. So if I run that now, I get a list of the information that I asked for. So there's the address, the city, the member ID, the member type, the things that I asked for. So let's say I wanted to get everybody who was in the V2G postal code. What would I do? I go to the member tab. In my postal code, I would now make that a filter. For reset filters, my only action that I can do. Now postal code shows up here and forget what that was, V2G, I put in the like. So if I want it to be exactly V2G, I would put it here. If I want something similar, I would put it in the like box. If I wanted to do a range like V1A to V1Z, I would use that as a from to. So I'm going to run that, and there's 2 people that have a V2G in their postal code. So maybe I want something a little bit more from the club. So let's include their, I don't know, something useful. Just something. So now I have this not so useful box. Okay, so that's a little bit about that. Let's go on to the custom questions. So your club and national and your division, they have the opportunity to present questions to your members that you can then include here as well. So I have one called, "Are you from around here?" And if I wanted to then query on everybody that was from around here, that was that question. I can reset my filter. And now here's my filters for my custom questions. So my options are yes and no. I can pick no, and they're probably not going to be in the V2G area code, so I'm going to get rid of that. And they might not be a student, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to get everybody who said no to that question, and there we go. Now, let's say this was the thing I want to run every week. I have the option of saving this as a template. So I'm going to save it as a template called test report, and it's done. So next time I come here, tools, reports, extracts, members, go to my templates, and me and everyone else, no, me, I have access to this report. So I'm going to run my test report. I load the template, and I run it, and there's the same information. So my template information is all here. Okay, so that's really all there is to know about how to do an extract. The main thing is you have to, it's a little bit of, you can always ask me, but a little bit of practice on to know what these fields really mean, what they're, what like height and weight and what they refer to, and where you're going to find them. So programs, in program information, trial and error is good, and ask me. The last thing to know is that if I click Excel, then it just dumps it into Excel, and clicking the link then opens up this in spreadsheet, especially if you're asking for 10 or more columns, then looking at it in a browser is really not very useful. So thanks for listening, and good luck with extracts, and if you need help, always you can contact me. Thanks.